Opening statement. Little disappointed in our toughness, believe it or not. For stretches of the first half, I don't know if it showed itself, to the fans or not. I thought we lacked a little physical toughness and a little mental toughness times throughout the game. They can do that to you with their offense because they can put points on the board so quickly, and they hit demoralizing shots. We talked about it a lot the last couple of days, and I didn't think at times we handled it well from a toughness point of view. And we got to get a few more guys again on the perimeter playing better. Aaron Hutton continues to be a breath of fresh air and is really evolving for us. So, and Zaid Hurst is obviously a real warrior who competes really hard and just wills himself to good games. So, that's obviously, I think they've established themselves as the best team in the league. And this is obviously going to be a tough place for anybody to win, I think, this year, because they play very comfortable here on offense, and they were active on defense too as well. But they stuck with things really well. So that's any questions?
Coach, to what can you attribute the lack of toughness that you said?
I don't know. I think, like I said, I think we got demoralized a little bit by their when they made shots in particular. I think when they go on a little bit of a run, a few times, I don't think we kept our poise. When they went on runs, and we got a little scatterbrained on offense ourselves. When they had scored, that's a trap you can't fall into against these guys. Is sometimes trying to answer them individually. So.
Why was Lewis in the starting lineup?
He hasn't been starting games or halves real well, so we're trying something different.
Coach, team shot 32% approximately for the game. Was that partly Iona's defense?
Yeah. They're long and athletic, and they switch things up just enough to keep you a little bit on your heels. And we've been struggling with our offensive consistency all year, especially from the perimeter, and trying to establish a little more shot. I've been saying this, and preaching this, and talking about this, like shot making, shot creating too as well. Again, Aaron Hutton was a huge step forward tonight for us, but there were a couple other guys that just that have to play better for us on the perimeter if we're going to try to score with these guys. They get baskets every night against everybody they play, and you have to when you do get an open one, you got to make it, and we didn't make it enough. We did get some good ones, but like I said, I like their commitment to defense tonight. I thought it was really good, and I thought they're long and athletic and move around really well. They cover real well, and they can switch things up too as well. When they have the an English Williams and Amayo, and those guys are out there, they can really switch a lot of things, and they don't change much defensively. So I think that their defense certainly had something to do with it.
The record is what it is. Do you just put this one behind you now and move on to a big weekend?
Yeah, don't really have a choice. We're going to go down to Monmouth on Friday night, and then we have Marist on Sunday at home. And the one thing I'm holding on to, and I'm very positive about our group. This has been a rocky road, but it's probably across the country out of 350 teams. You guys would know this because you guys follow the whole thing. How many teams don't have rocky roads? At some point. So that's part of why we coach, part of why we compete, and part of why we try to develop teams. Some days you beat the heck out of yourselves and think you're not doing a good enough job, or it's not clicking as smoothly as possible. We've been a team that's been we've been good in spurts, then we look bad for a couple of weeks, and we look good for 3 weeks, and we haven't played great in the last 2 games. St. Peter's had a lot to do with that, and Iona had a lot to do with that in these last 2. But I do think with 16 of these left, and the way that, in my opinion, there's Iona and there's everybody else right now. You know, the way I sort of see things. So there's a ton of time for 2 or 3 teams in this league to sort of get themselves stabilized and make a march towards the top. You know, we'll work at it tomorrow and Thursday, and hopefully our first step forward will be Friday. You know, that's all we can hope. But there's a lot of time, and again, we got things we got to keep straightening out and keep improving.
Tom, with Drama having an off night, how much more did Aaron's contributions mean, even though you didn't get as much out of your front court as you would have liked?
Yeah, it was huge. Aaron's was huge. He's had a great disposition about him this year. For a freshman, comes in and really doesn't play the first 5 or 6 games, but just keeps his head in there and keeps his toughness and keeps coming to practice every day. And you know, we've been waiting for him to make shots. He's a really high IQ guy. He passes it real well. He sees things on the floor that a lot of our other guys don't see. And we've been waiting for him to make 3-pointers. You know, he takes them, but he hasn't made a lot in both practice and in games. But he made a couple against Maine that I thought got him going. And then tonight it was great for Quinnipiac, and great for him to start seeing some threes drop, because you're looking at a freshman who is starting to really gain confidence, and I'm thrilled with him. I'm thrilled with his toughness through this beginning of the freshman year. I'm very, very excited about his potential and where he could go, because we need him right now. You know, like we really need IQ and passing and shot creating, guys who can sort of create a basket for us and create a good play for us, and he's proven that. So excited about him.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.